Hello everybody, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. I've been on the road this morning looking for a new front door. My first mistake, we went around to the second-hand building material places and we were flabbergasted at the prices of their second-hand doors. Luckily, I googled prices before I left home. So after wasting our time, my daughter and I went to our usual hardware store and found a brand new front door for less. Ridiculous. Anyway, let's get into today's video. I'm really sad at the passing of Dolly Parton, but she was 80 and not in good health lately. I sincerely hope her passing was peaceful though. She will definitely be remembered for a long, long, long time. I'm also really saddened by the death of Hayden Panettiere. I did not know about her problems. I just saw her as this cute and rather good actress. So, what can one say? It warms my heart to see and hear how lovingly Dolly's family talks about her, how they are celebrating her life. And then you listen to Hayden's ex-partner and her mother, and all you want to do is cry for such a young life and talent wasted and, to an extent, abused. Anyway, I think all that one can say under such circumstances are rest in peace, Dolly and Hayden. Okay, moving on. I'm not someone who believes in cancel culture. I criticize other creators from time to time, but I try and remain respectful. And I don't lie about them or call them names, like one called me the other day. And those people I really don't like, I just completely ignore. I don't go watch them, I don't talk about them, and that is it. I've received my share of bullying from some of the Charles sycophants and the Sussex squad, but I've always had the opinion that they are entitled to their feelings and opinions, just like I am to mine. So, if you're honest with yourselves, then you will admit that, unlike some others, I very seldom talk about the squad, etc. I just leave them alone. But today I'm going to ask my subscribers to actually withdraw from someone. And I will explain why. Now, please, I won't hold it against you if you don't, but please do not recommend anything he has done or anything he has said on this channel after today. But first, before I tell you who I'm talking about, I'm going to read you something. And also, just a quick thank you to Wales Rain on Instagram for sending it to me. A royal tragedy destroys the line of succession, unleashing a queen no one expected and a monarchy that may not survive her. 15 years from now, a catastrophic helicopter crash over Balmoral Castle obliterates the line of succession in a single devastating moment, plunging the British monarchy into its darkest crisis in centuries. From the wreckage, a new power rises out of Montecito, but not the one the world is watching. At the center stands a young woman never meant to rule, overlooked, underestimated, and suddenly crowned Queen Elizabeth III. What she inherits is not a fairy tale, but a battlefield, a fractured family, a restless public, and an institution collapsing under the weight of its own secrets. She didn't come to save the monarchy, she came to rebuild it. From the gilded halls of Buckingham Palace to the electric pulse of modern London, Elizabeth's ascent is as dangerous as it is dazzling. Armed with ruthless instinct, sharp intelligence, and one wildly unexpected weapon, a tiny bakery called Betty Bake, she begins to tear down centuries of tradition and remake the crown in the public's image. Behind palace walls, a forbidden love story ignites, intense, volatile, and impossible to survive. Because in this world, love is power, and power is lethal. Alliances will shatter, secrets will detonate, and loyalty may be the deadliest currency of all, because once she takes the throne, there is no turning back. The rules will be broken, the crown will be tested, and the monarchy may not survive. So, Rob Shuter wrote a book about Meghan's sick fantasy of her or her children one day being on the throne. I mean, if you can't be queen, then the second best thing to be would be the Queen Mother, isn't it? And remember Meghan's statement to friends saying her and Harry are just one plane crash away from the throne. So here comes a man who professes on Dan Wootton and other places that he is a Mexiteer, and he writes a book about Lily Sussex becoming Queen Elizabeth III. When I read this, I literally had bile rising in my throat. To even entertain such a fantasy and then to take the time to write a book about it is twisted, it's evil, and it's downright sick. Imagine dreaming up a plot for a book in which you literally kill an entire real, living, breathing family. In reality, this book should not be published, particularly because George, Charlotte, and Louis are still so young, and basically what this book does is to manifest their death. But Rob Shuter is obviously hiding it under the auspices of fiction, which obviously it is, but it is still based on a real living family and is therefore still twisted and sick. And while we are on this evil topic, please, if you are so inclined, please pray for William, Catherine, and the children. I'm not a fantasist, but it is almost as if there is an evil force ganging up against them. Now, sorry guys, I just cannot get over how disgusting and disturbing this is, and on so many levels. And I'm not exaggerating when I hope that the Met Police, MI5 and 6 are aware of this book, as I feel, and I already know that I'm not the only one, that this may serve as some encouragement, some incentive for some of the more radical elements of the Sussex squad to actually make this happen. I saw on Instagram that I'm also not the only one who actually consider this an active threat. Remember, for Lily to become Queen, William and his 3 children, Harry and Archie, must be dead or incapacitated. I mean, seriously, What's wrong with Rob Shuter? Wishing death on a family and calling it art or fiction is, it's just a sick cop-out. So, my dear friends, that is how I feel about this. And you know what? I would have felt the same if roles were reversed and Harry and his family were the first in the line of succession. This is, it's unbelievably vile. So I can honestly tell you that I've blocked Rob Shuter on Instagram. I'm going to block him on all my social media. I will not support his channels or any of his social media, and I shall not watch any video he is on. I do not wish to see his ugly face. I have 2 accounts on Amazon, a normal account and an author's account. So I shall write to Amazon and tell them how I feel. So please, guys, if you do not feel as strongly about this as I do, that is fine. But if you do, then please show your feelings by boycotting the man wherever he shows his face. Switch him off. Don't allow him to make money through his mental illness. Okay, guys, that is it. But before I go, if you are so inclined, please throw a little prayer for me, my daughter, and old dragon man in among all the others. It almost feels as if we have been hit by a curse or wave of bad luck or some sort of evil. Maybe it is Megan and her witchcraft, who knows, or maybe just a phase. A prayer or two can, however, not do any harm. And I'm saying this while they are digging up my back porch because one of our sewage pipes had gone and disintegrated under the house. And that, well, Dragon Man is still sick. Anyway, friends, family, subscribers, viewers, please take care, stay vigilant and stay safe. And I will see you on the next one. And if you want to help me out, please push that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and it's one way you can actually help me out. Thank you. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye.